square. Cast off everything that's considered sin. Repent, my friend. Turn away from darkness, thus we at the end. We are the people, so we must walk in statute, keep his command. Follow Messiah, keep the faith of Yahshua, cause he the man. He's the way, truth, and life. Seek him with all your might. We have to seek the kingdom. It's a quarter until midnight. Turn away from the wicked ways. We are in the last days. Don't be deceived the most high.
What's going on, everybody? All praise to the Most High. And you know what this I'm a beer. It's like, nah, I ain't even about to talk all that type shit right now. I ain't about to talk all that type shit. But all praise to the Most High, man. This is your boy Abia. This is the Spit Your Truth podcast, and we building. Let me get my camera right, I'm bad about that. My bad, y'all. And we building. We are building. All praise, and we happen to be building on a Shabbat too. But this is hold on, let me turn this off, y'all. That's the new joint. The cipher.
Live your life to the fullest. Don't be tripping.
Check it out.
Praise your Father on a daily. Seek His wisdom. Count your blessings. Learn the lessons that you experience in your life and ask hard questions. Gain the knowledge from your elders. Gird yourself and get the rap of this righteous kingdom on the rise. But first we gotta get our mind right. Meditate on Torah. Teach our season. Lead our rights. Right. He's trying to wake up dead. JD cooking food up on this track for all you just come get up. Bake them blues right and teach it Torah on the Sabbath.
You know, we back for part 2. We did part 1 last week, but we back for part 2. And this one is going to be a little bit more different, a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more controversial. I got some real controversial. All praise God. Let's get into it. Let me turn this down.
Guiding my steps like a light in every dream. Through the trials and storms.
So what's going on, brothers? How y'all feeling today, man? How everybody feeling?
Bless.
Oh, praise, man. That's what's up, man. Hey, you know, we have those days where it's be like, man, what the hell? And then sometimes we have those days where it be like, all praise, but it should be all praise to every day. You know what I'm saying? And even through the what the hell days, you know. So, hey, but today, man, I want to talk about a couple things, man. This round table type of stuff, and you know, we go look at a couple of videos and just do some commentary and just have a conversation, man, and you know, and just build because I really want to pick y'all mind about some things. So. Right now, I wish that we would have had Mashek on here because some of my conversation was like geared towards, you know, like his people and you know what they felt about, you know, certain things and certain topics, or what as far as him being, you know, Caucasian, he would have been a great help. Oh, excuse me, y'all, to this, but you know, it's all good, all praises. But so. As I look at, you know, this organized religion, as I look at, you know, this man-made religion, and I look at things that's going on and atrocities that's happening in these certain man-made religions, you know, namely Christianity, Islam, Hebrew Israelites, and you know, like Roman Catholics and stuff like that. Well, I guess Catholics would come up under Christianity as well. But you know, even with the Amish, what do y'all feel? You know that. What do y'all feel that needs to happen in some of these? And some of these religious sects where these atrocities are happening, what do y'all feel like needs to happen, and how soon and how does it need to happen? Excuse me, y'all.
Me, I feel like that the way the Most High has been operating as far as late, that he's been visiting, everybody's been getting a visitation, you know, and some choose to ignore the visitation or they don't hear the call. And some hear it, but still want to bring all the baggage with them from those religions.
Right.
But as far as those religions are concerned, they're all part of a system, and they're going to get what they're going to get. It's going to come to them regardless. The atrocities are going to be there. You know, we still got things happening within this country to our people on a daily. And so the atrocities are going to happen regardless. I think that a lot of times the message should be, you know, you're not going to be supernaturally protected from these atrocities until you're a child of the Most High, and not by blood, right? You know, but spiritually grafted in. You know, because we can be all of the blood, but if you're not spiritually grafted in, then you know that you're not guaranteed that supernatural protection or that supernatural peace or everything that comes with being a child of the Most High. So I just thank the Most High most of the time that he called me out of it, and I heard the call. Because he calls everybody out of it, but some of them just don't want to hear it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. So with J Pill, with you being a Christian, what would you say to the brothers and sisters that say, well, look at, you know, the KKK that kill in the name of Jesus. Look at the Romans that did it. Look at these people that these nation of people. What would you say as a Christian? What would you say to those statements? Jay, you on here, bro, with us?
His mic is muted.
He must have had to come back off of it. But yeah, so I because this is the thing, man. Like, when we know that many atrocities have been done in the name of these idols and excuse me, in name of the idols and name of the the false religions, and a lot of us are in these religions, and I just want to know, how would somebody be able to not combat that, but not even justify, but explain why they are in, or why they believe in these said religions. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, when I was deep into the Hebrew Israelite thing, like and I'm not saying that I don't, that I don't accept my heritage, the bloodline, the Most High as being, the Father, and our Father, and us being the children of Israel. But when I say Hebrew Israelite, it's like people have made it a man-made religion. They by their actions and things that they do in the name of said religion, or the following of said religion, or belief system. So when I look at all the things that have been happening, like when the brother and the sister went into that shop, I think it was in New York, somewhere like that, where they went up there. Excuse me, y'all. I went in there and started shooting and stuff like that. And they were Hebrew Israelites, and when people asked us, and that's when they started coining us as Hebrew Israelites, a hate group, or the Black Hebrew Israelites. And it just was getting crazy. So, and a lot of us had to explain why we still believed, or why we believed what we believed, when these things, these atrocities were being committed by people that were in the same belief system. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. I'm sleepy. Like, it's been a long day.
You see that? You trying to make us sleepy. I ain't trying to be sleepy at this moment. But one thing I will say to what you're saying, you know, is that they some brothers and sisters claim they heard about this awakening, they hearing the truth, and so boom, they want to jump in it. Well, a lot of these camps or whatever, you know, they're being led by Pharisees, just like they had at the synagogues. They call them assemblies now. But just like at the synagogues, they had the Sadducees and Pharisees. That's what you got going on now. So what they're doing is they're teaching brothers and sisters to follow the, you know, law of the letter there, and then they get caught up not knowing what the Ruach HaKodesh brings to the table, and that's the set apart spirit of the Most High. And because of that, because they're not indwelt with the Ruach HaKodesh, because they're not dwelt with the set apart spirit, then they get to falling into the traps of the hate, of the everything, every trap that's out there that's against the Most High. They fall into that because they don't got that guidance and direction from the Ruach HaKodesh, the set apart spirit. You know, because I since I've been awakened to the truth, there was a lot of stuff that I had to deal with as far as teachers, because when I was a practicing Christian, and believe me, you know, I was a zealous Christian. I got 4 or 5 albums out there, you know, with some good Christian music and lyrics. And I was doing the outreaches, everything. Even became a deacon at a church. But when I came into the truth, you know, and the Most High got me away from under that spirit over that church. Because regardless, you know, it says that, like right now, us, this is what you call not forsaking the assembly together. You see what I'm saying? It's just a different time frame. We're in a different time. So us coming together right now to politic and talk about things like this, you know, is an assembly together. And Yahusha can be in the midst, you know. So it's a difference, but that same spirit that worked back then, and I'm talking about that spirit of Hasatan that worked back then, is still at work now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's almost the same things that were going on back then is going on now. But the difference that when Yahusha came, he was basically the embodiment of the spirit of the Most High, of the set apart spirit. So he was trying to guide the disciples and people into interpreting the word, the law, spiritually.
Right.
Because if you don't do that, if you going by the letter of it, you miss the spiritual meaning and the spiritual application in your life. So you got a lot of people out there, because they don't want to be, they're only Old Testament. They don't believe in the Son of the Most High. It's all these things that they don't believe. They're missing the one thing that is needed, period. and that's an indwelling of the set apart spirit. And the
Right.
only
Right.
way that you can get the dwelling of the set apart spirit is through the one or by the one that promised it, which is his son, Yahushua HaMashiach. So, you know, uh, and so that's the problem, is that because of that spirit of Hasatan is working, and it's easier to, people to be more judgmental, to be prideful, to go there, to give into their animosity and hate, and do things that are not characteristic of a child of the Most High. So you'll have those problems, you know. And I didn't know JP was is if he's on here. I didn't
Yeah, I'm
know
on here.
JP. I didn't know you was a practicing Christian. I thought, I
Let
didn't know that till now.
let Dayawi, let me ask you this. In your opinion, right? Because when people say that practicing Christian, like what is that? What does that entail? Like to one looking at a Christian, what are those attributes as a practicing Christian? Because I don't claim to be a practicing Christian. I claim to be a child of the Most High, right?
Okay.
When I'm here and I'm saying Jesus on a song, a lot of people get that misconstrued with the painting that is up in churches, which I don't agree with,
Right.
because you do some digging, and you come to find out that um that's not the depiction of the Messiah. So
Right.
what in your opinion, what is a practicing Christian? Because I don't claim to be that. So I am a Christian, right? I do believe in the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I do believe in uh the Bible
Jesus.
being the word from God. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do call on Jesus. I won't deny that. But like I said,
Well,
in your opinion, what is that
okay.
entail?
The same. I was the same. I believed in. Back then, I didn't. I might have every once in a while I referred to him as the Most High God or something to that nature, because I knew about El Elyon and all this. But I referred to the Father as God. I referred to his Son as Jesus. And Jesus Christ. And I always kind of had a feeling about the white thing and the white depiction of Jesus. I always had a feeling about that. But it wasn't until I got a, out of that, like I was saying, there's a spirit over churches. I don't care what anybody got to say. It's evident there's spirits over churches because of what even it was written in Revelations when John wrote to the 7 churches. Then there's spirit over churches. That spirit that is prevalent in that churches might be lust, it might be pride, it might be people being puffed up, it's a whole range of different things. When I got from underneath that, is the Most High started showing me truth. I was always somebody that would dig. And one thing that I found out is that a little bit of leaven, and I might have said this before, but this is just it. This is it, because it's biblical. A little bit of leaven leavens the whole lump. So what I'm saying by that is that over here you have his heritage that he given his people. Over here you have a religion. This religion has been strung out, stretched out, done so many different ways. So when he calls us out from this religion, we're supposed to leave all of it there. and take none of it with us. So, but this is something I had to learn. It was steps that I had to go through and learning all this and letting go of things. And part of letting go of things was saying God and saying Jesus. A lot of Hebrews still do it, but brothers, that awake to truth, they still do that in Christ. I don't do it because I studied it out, and I got to a point to where I realized that I was disrespecting the Most High by doing that. He has a name. His people know his name. His people know his son's name. Those are not his name. So when you claim that or you grasp hold of that, no matter what you say, no matter if you're a Hebrew brother, I'll talk to you with a Hebrew brother because I know Abiyah do that. I know Meshach does some of that. I know this. But as far as I'm concerned, when I see that they still holding on to some things. And it's not because it might be because of pride. They don't want to let it go. But at the same time, it might just because they're not learned, they haven't grown to understand that that's disrespect. That's using the Most High's name in vain. And so, so when you say that, when I say that, I'm just saying that if you still holding on to anything that's involved in that religion, then you practicing it. I don't care if you, whatever you say, anything that you hold on to it, a little bit of leaven leavens the whole lump. So you can't just hold on to one thing. That's like I can be awakened as I am. I don't know if you ever heard of he passed away. It's been a few years, but when I was early on in awakening, his name was Stephen Darby or something like that. Stephen Darby. Y'all, you know what I'm talking about? And he died. But I used to listen to him because he gave a lot of good sermons. But there was one problem that I always had, and one of them at that time, the calling on the Jesus and God at that time didn't bother me as much. But what did bother me was that they were still worshiping on Sundays, and that was a red flag for me. And so I pray on it. When I get a red flag, I pray on it, and the Most High guide me on where I'm going. I'm getting off track, but that's basically it. JP, is that if I have a friend that we went through awakening about the same time, and he wouldn't let go of some of the things that I was letting go of. That's his journey, but we probably could have did a lot more together with our gifts, like we were doing when we was in Christianity with the Hebrew, but he was still trying to appeal to the Christianity crowd. And to me, it's not even about appealing to the crowd, it's about speaking the truth. And when you speak the truth, but in the way that that you're still using, what the Most High gave you as far as opening your eyes to, without trying to appeal to others, or still going the door thinking that you're going to lead the lost to, to truth or whatever, it's a lost cause. Because the Most High, when it all comes down to it, the Most High is going to awaken who he's going to awaken. He's going to save who he's going to save. He's going to protect who he's going to protect. And there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing that you can do is be on the right side of things, as it's being, given to you, but you could, a lot of the one thing, and we know this because I mentioned it last week, is pride. Pride stops us from reaching our true potential in the Most High. So And yeah, so I mean, you know, I said a lot, brother. I'm sorry.
No, no, you're good, man. You're good. And I think that's the one thing that I think that's one thing that I appreciate that the Most High has given me, right? Is the ability to sit here and not judging anybody based on, you know, beliefs, and being able to find common ground regardless of beliefs, right? Because at the end of the day, um, you know, the Messiah came and he came to love, you know. So for me, that's one thing that I try to do. I mean, I've chopped it up with Avia for, you know, I don't know how many years me and Avia we've gone to know each other for, but I mean, it's never been an ill intent, regardless of what I believe in. And you know, I appreciate, you know, the gems that you just dropped. You know, for me, this is not about appealing to a crowd. Me being a Christian isn't about appealing to any crowd. It's about, you know, showing people the love of the Messiah that I felt when I was lost, and I had a true encounter with the Most High when I was going through, you know, suicidal tendencies. You know, I had to pull the trigger, and I felt a blanket of love when I called on the Most High. You know, and you may say, "Oh, well, you did it wrong because you called on Jesus." And that in that particular moment, that's what saved my life.
You know,
So regardless, regardless whether or not that's what somebody may get from that. For me, it's different, and it came at a very drastic time in my life when I needed it. You know,
can I
so
say something to
I
that?
always, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I just want while we on that real quick.
No,
When
go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
at that moment in time, because I did the same thing. A lot of us did the same thing. And then you get okay, but at that moment in time, you wasn't you was a, a baby, maybe still in the womb or wherever you want to call it at that moment in time. When you called on the Most High, when you called on the name of Jesus, he didn't hear, he did not hear who you was calling on. Who what he heard was your heart. If that's the truth, if you have experienced the Most High in that way, he did not hear what you were saying right here, was coming out. He might hear it now, but he didn't hear it then. Then he heard your heart. Because when you're a baby, you know, you'll be crying and what you're coming out with, goo goo gaga, blah, 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 it's incomprehensible. But with the Most High, he hears what's in here. So he probably heard you right then and there, came to you. But it's a growth. It's a growing thing. And once you grow, and I'm not saying you didn't grow, but what I'm saying is it comes to a point where truth is going to hit you. And then you got to sit back and say, okay, I need to really check that out. You know, because even in as far as the word Christian, if you really look at that word in the Bible, it's only used 3 times. And the 3 times that it was used by a non-believer in a derogatory way towards those followers of the way. Christos, that was used before Yahusha came, before his son came. That word was used already. It already existed because they used it to identify people that had special gifts. They called them anointed ones, which is Christos. So that's why they used it in a derogatory way of those that was following Christos, the one they called the anointed one. But and so when Constantine instituted all this, you know, at that time, that's when Christianity was created. And so it's not really about your relationship in your heart. I mean, because the Most High, most of the time, He's hearing your heart when you're praying, when you're grieving, all that. As long as your heart's, you know, in line with His Ruach HaKodesh, with His set apart spirit. But as far as nowadays, what's come out, sometimes you got to do that research on it, and some things are hard to let go of. And for me, the hardest thing to let go of, the last thing that I really let go of within religion, what I was taught in religion. And y'all gonna, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but this is what something that I sat down in it with this word, with this Ruach HaKodesh, which I do all the time when I study. I rely on His set apart spirit to open my eyes to truth, to help me, give me understanding. One of the last things I let go of, which is a hard thing, and I'm not saying y'all have to let go of it, but was the virgin birth. You know, that was one of the hardest things that I had to just say, okay, I'm gonna start from scratch, and you show me the truth. And you know, the Most High showed me it's there. It's all in His word. But if you just go in with what you was taught, what you think you know, or whatever, instead of saying, okay, forget what I know, you show me. You know, He'll show you. He'll open your eyes to the truth. Yeah. And a lot of times when we don't want to accept the truth, or we don't want to go research the truth, that's pride. So, I mean, you know, but regardless of what I'm telling you right now, you know, I wouldn't never hate on you. I would never show disrespect to you, you know, and I would work with you and love you know, regardless. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not bearing no fruit. I'm not bearing fruits of the Ruach HaKodesh. I'm not bearing fruits of the set apart spirit. And that's a red flag. So anyway, that's all I want to say to that, brother, is that I don't doubt that experience was very real. But you have to know another thing, and this is not to you in your experience, it's to other people that experience things when they call on Jesus and God. That false Messiah out there, that false spirit that's been around, can work miracles and wonders too, to keep you, or keep anybody caught up, hung up on a religion or a name or something like that. They'll work that same. It'll seem like it's something, but then down the road, something will go down. You like, how could he do that? He was, you know. So I don't know.
So I feel like this, bro. Like, because I don't, like, honestly, I don't believe like what neither one of y'all believe in. Like, but I mean, I'm objective. Like, I'm objective to, you know, to people's beliefs. I know that people's beliefs are the core of them, and I do know that that at certain times it can it can, when you strip away at people's beliefs, you can sometimes strip away at their core, or strip away at them if they're not strong enough in their beliefs. And I'm not saying that none of us aren't, but I do have a certain level of curiosity, so to say, when it comes to what makes people believe what they believe in, right? And and I know people have that same curiosity with me too, because I'm what they would say a Torah only, but I'm not like a Torah only. Like I don't agree with them either.
What do you mean
You know what I'm
Torah
saying?
only?
So, huh?
What do you mean a Torah only?
Like so like a Torah only is like well, let's say like a Tanakh only, a OT. That's what they would call it.
Okay,
OT.
okay.
But I don't agree with a lot of things that they say either. So, you know, yeah, I don't like, because it's like I'm more of a, you know, okay, I live by Torah. Now, everything else in the Bible is just recollection and history and things that, you know, our ancestors recounted. Like, but they, you know, throughout the Torah, throughout the Bible, from Genesis, well, from Judges, Joshua, all the way up to Revelation, it always spoke and talked about Torah and keeping Torah and turning back to the Torah. So that's what I brand myself on and I live on. But honestly, like I really don't like. I done got to the point, because when I first came into this truth, man, I used to debate like a mug, bro. I used to debate. I used to try to debunk. I would study and study and study and study just to try to debate and debunk. And then I started studying to just study. And it was a beautiful thing. And it made me feel good to know that I could do this and I could do these things and I could be able to have that knowledge. But honestly, right now, it's like for us to really like be like, man, yeah. I remember so this brother had told me, and it was on Facebook. He had told me that I was his op because I didn't follow Christ. Now, this was a Hebrew Israelite. And the brother said, because I didn't follow Christ, I was his op. And I'm like, what? Like,
Opposition?
yeah, I had to give him that look, bro. Like, because I'm just like, man, I done got to the point, man, if we following the Most High, everybody, if you doing right in your life, man, right's gonna come to you. I don't care what you believe in. If you doing right in your life, you doing right to your brother and you doing right to your family, you praising the Most High, you doing what he telling you to do. You living uprightly like he telling you to live uprightly. How could you lose? Like, where's the loss at? I mean, we all, at the end of the day, we all gonna get judged. The wicked, like he said, I'm gonna judge the wicked and the righteous in the same day. So with that being said, you know, I just know that I mean it really ain't even that big, like for real, like. But go ahead, JP, because I really wanted you to answer that question, man, that I posed to you about how do you not justify, but you know, just tell them what you believe in, and you know, make sense of what you believe. Well, so to say, without for a better lack of words, make sense of what you believe in. When they say, well, the KKK, you know, killed people because of Christ, that you know, that these people killed people, these people did this in the name of Christ, in the name of Christianity and stuff. Like, how do you, as a Christian man, handle that?
Yeah, so there was a famous I mean, he's not as famous, but there was a Christian artist who said you know, I spoke with Yeshua, and the one that you talking about, you know, the one I'm talking to don't know yours. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost in that aspect. I mean, when people use Christianity to do like horrendous things, that's not it. that's not the same. That's not the same Most High that I praise. That's not the same God that I'm calling on. You know what I'm saying? Because the Messiah came down and he loved everybody, bro. You know, he didn't, no matter what they believed in. I mean, of course, the you know, the Pharisees, you know, he had to get at them, but he did that out of love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Roman. Like he did that all out of love, bro. It's not one of those things. So when there's people doing, oh, with a KKK doing that at a, you know, and they're Christians. I mean, we not the same.
Okay.
You know, sit down with me. Let's chop it up. Let me show you my heart. Let me show you my heart posture, and you tell me if it lines up with the KKK. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't rock like that. So no, I mean, those peoples who use Christianity, you know, to do some foul play, bro, that's not who God intended us to be. You know, that's why for me it's not one of those things that, oh well, you know, the name is, you know, they murdered in, you know, in his name. I mean, that's not the same Jesus who I call on. You know, when my intention was right there, when I had that gun in my mouth and I called on Jesus, it's the intention, bro. It's the intention. It like you said, it don't matter. It don't matter if you Israelite, Christian, Muslim. You know what I'm saying? It's the intention behind it, bro. Because at the same time, we all gonna have to answer for what we did.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna have to answer for mine, regardless if I call on Jesus today or not. I'm gonna have to answer for that when the time comes. You know, so I think that's the thing. Because if I were to sit here and try to defend Christianity for all the bad things that have happened when people have used Christianity,
yeah,
I mean, I'm one man, bro. I've you know, I've known about God all my life, but I've you know, I've known God. I've known about God all my life. I know about but like, I'm still new at this. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even been able to get through the Bible one time back and forth. Like, give me some time to come up with some answers. You know, so I think it's kind of hard to judge that when you like, hey, bro, how you gonna answer for that? It's like a presidential candidate, bro. You know what I'm saying? They bring Trump in the office. It's like, hey, how you gonna answer for the last 8 years that these people messed up the economy? It's like, yo, he's got 4 years to try to fix it, bro. You got to give that man some time. He ain't gonna get it right in the first 3. You know, the last one he's in office, he might do some justice on gas prices. You know what I'm saying, on egg prices. But man, you got to give that man some time, dude. It's like, he's been in office, you know, 1 week, and they expecting him to perform miracles, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not, bro. What is he supposed to do in 1 week in office, bro?
He said, "Give me some time."
Need some time to make it happen.
But that's the thing, though, bro. Like that's the thing, though, bro. Like we you know, when I have conversations, you know, with you know, other religions and stuff like that, they always want to ask that question, like, hey, well, how do you defend all the things that, you know, that God did back in the day? How you expect me to defend that? I'm 34 years old. How am I supposed to defend something that happened way back then, and I don't even know what the full context of it was? Because I'm still trying to get through the Bible. Like, how am I supposed to answer those questions? You just can't. And even so, like, even if we tried, and even if you've been a Christian for let's say 80 years, or let's say you were Israelite, like, if you were to sit there, bro, and try to answer those questions, how would you be able to answer those questions? You've only been on the earth for 80 years, bro. How would you be able to answer that in those 80 years that you live? You know, so that's what I say to that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair and a wise. Hey, you were silly. He said, "Give me some time."
Yeah, that is kind of a hard question.
Yeah. Right,
bro, because we start using these titles, bro, right? And at the end of the day, it's like they want us to answer for everybody else's issues and everybody else's situations. And we can't do that, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to be standing in front of the Most High answering for anybody else's, doings. I'm not going to be in front of the Most High answering for what Meshach did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to stand in front of the Most High trying to answer for what my wife did. Like, it don't work like that. So at the end of the day, man, we can't expect to have one person be the spokesman in a whole, like, religion. Like, it's just not, it's not a thing that we can be doing. And it's hard. It's like, I sit here and I ask, Daya, how would you, how would you give those answers for the people, for the ones that did, horrendous things, using the religion of Israelite? Like, I can't put that on him, because it's not fair to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not fair to him in his walk. It's just not.
Yeah, and all you can say is that wasn't me. I don't know what they was doing. Like, they might not serve the same God. You know what I'm saying? And that was a real answer. Like, I feel that now. Like, cause I remember when they was hitting us with that, like, man, what do they say when they call y'all a hate group and they do this and they do that and y'all they and I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to say? And at that time, I didn't get, I didn't grasp what was being said to me, and the punctuality, not the punctuality, but the power of my response. But it definitely was like, yeah, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, the Most High ain't told them to do that, and you know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. The purpose of the question is because I wanted to see how you would react to it, and that was smooth. That was a smooth answer. Like, man, just give me some time. I don't know. Like, I ain't read the book all the way. Like, how the hell I'm supposed to know? Like, I get it, because shit, the KKK, they do some crazy shit, man. Like, they
they done. You could say the police. You could say a lot of things. People done some crazy shit to some people, but it's been this has been going on since Hasatan went out conquering.
Right.
He's been conquering to conquer for a long time, and that was so it's been going down for a long time. But one thing I wanted to say to you, JP, was one thing that the Most High presented to me and kind of ministered to me on was when I stand before him, his son, and I'm like, I did this, I did all this in your name. I went to the prisons. I did the outreaches. I did a music ministry. I taught in churches and all this. And the Most High is going to look at me. It's his son. It's going to look at me. It's like, I never knew you. And that always hit home with me. It was like, why would he say that? And I know I've done these things in his name with the fervency. And then it was more or less like, it wasn't the fact that I never knew you. It was the fact that you didn't know me. You didn't dig in to know me. And when you do that, see, when you flip the script to where I know you, so you have to know me.
Right.
Then he would never say those words to you. Get out my face. I never knew you. You see what I'm saying? I think that's why I was called out, because of my heart to really get to know the Most High, to get to know his word, to get to know that I really had that relationship. And, that's how my eyes were open to things. I asked the right questions, and I didn't ask the next man this. I might ask them what they think after what the Most High revealed to me. But I would ask the source. I ask Most High, look, I have questions. I ask him a question, and then I'll wait for the answer. And that answer will come. If it don't come immediately, it will come within a week or two. But it'll come, you know. And that's, you know, even in his word. And I, you know, like I think I was telling you, Avia. Remember I told you I was reading in Job? Remember I told you about that? And then I asked him, I want to know, why did you do this to Job? Why did you persist? You know what and then I went through what I went through. A
Right.
tree falling, 2 trees falling on the house, somebody crashing the car, my wife cheating on me, going through all the stuff that I went through.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
He had to show you.
But he had to show, if you want to understand why, let me show. But I asked that question. You see what I'm saying?
Sometimes we gotta watch what we ask for.
And you know what it boiled down to? Fear and pride. Fear and pride. That's why he had to deal with Job. It had nothing to do with Hasatan. It didn't have nothing to do with the bet. It made it seem like that, but it really was the Most High had at that point in time had wanted to deal with Job. And so that's what, you know, that's where we as brothers and sisters are to edify each other and give our truth, not in a way that's like you were saying, Avia, that would tear down your truth, but would make you curious to, is that true? Is there some truth in that? You know?
Right. So I got a question, y'all. We as brothers, right? We know that we have a role to play in the nation. We know that we have a role to play with our people and even in our households. So do you feel that when a man is not in a household, well, let me rephrase it. Do y'all feel, we know that we have a role to play. Women have a role to play too. Do you feel like when things in a household are not in order, like when it comes to like you having a crazy woman, a woman that just don't listen or whatever, your children don't listen to you, you know, y'all finances ain't good. We know that, you know, it's a disconnect. We know that it's a disconnect from the Most High. Yeah. Okay, bro. Yeah, it's a disconnect with the Most High from, you know, our with us. Do you think that all of this can be a direct issue or a direct problem with us, and it's no one else in the household? So speaking of, meaning if things is going wrong, it's the man's fault that shit is going wrong, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we can't attribute it to the children, we can't attribute it to the women, we can't attribute it to anything else, because we know that the Most High deals with the man, and we know that we have to have our situations in order for the Most High to want to deal with us. So do you feel like with all these, I love statistics, y'all, so but don't quote me on it. I think it's said like 60 to 75% of households are failing because of the man is not in the household. Like, what do y'all feel like? Do y'all feel like when a household messes up, like that's solely the man's fault? Like, what you think, Jake?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think there is some truth to that, right? Like if the man isn't seeking after, you know, the Most High's heart, I definitely think that things can be out of order, you know, and that's for me speaking on a personal level as well. Because once I started seeking after, the Most High's heart, and like really really asking and really looking towards him for my answers, I mean, everything started going exactly where it needed to go. You know what I'm saying? Things for me started getting real good. You know what I'm saying? It's not my relationship now in comparison to where I was, you know, before I started really seeking guidance from the Most High. I mean, bro, it's night and day. Like there's two different. It's a different feeling, and I can definitely say that if there's not a man in the household, one that specifically is willing to lean on the Most High for the information, I definitely think that can play a huge role, sometimes even be a detriment to what the order of the Most High is supposed to be. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, definitely. My bad. I had to go do something. But yeah, that definitely does give some insight. What was you about to say, Dawid?
No, I was, because he hit it on the nail. That last point is that the Most High put an order in place, you know. And if you take that man, that husband, that covering out of that order, there's still an order that's in place. You see what I'm saying? So if that woman is following under that order, then it still bleed down to the family. You can still raise some decent kids, you know, live a decent life or whatever, and the Most High be there. But if a man's in that order, then he needs to be following in that order, where where his head is, you know, his son's head is Most High, you know, in that order, where, you know, as long as his relationship is intact, then the rest kind of bleeds down. But, you know, then you might come to him, but his wife is out of order because maybe she's trying to be up here, you know, and then that messes the order up in the home, you know.
Right.
But as long as everybody's following in that order, you know, then the man, when he's covering his wife, you know, that's you know, that's more than just following the order. It's actually being covered for your wife, praying for her, praying with her, you know, teaching her more than a pastor or anybody else outside of that marriage is teaching her, you know, when it comes to things of the Most High and all the, you know, all that you can do. And sometimes it don't work out like that, you know, and the way that the system has really destroyed the families, you know, it's kind of hard to get back in that order because, you know, somebody's off, either the man's off or the woman's off, you know, because they're too self-serving or whatever. But yeah, that was a good answer, JP.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
So
I don't want to take this away from women either, because I think, because we all know there's a lot of single mothers out there, right? So I think if a woman is truly seeking after the Most High's heart, right, I think she could be able to, I mean, Dayawi said it. I mean, I think she would be able to raise some amazing kids. You know what I'm saying? Because just saying that just because a woman is a single mother, and you know there's not a male figure in the household, when we're saying that, and we're saying that she's not able to raise good kids, but the woman is leaning on the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Then we also have to take into account she is leaning, and there is a man, right? Figuratively speaking, in that household that she's leaning on. She's actually leaning on the correct man that she's supposed to be leaning on when she's leaning on the Most High, you know. So I don't want to take away and just make it, oh, you know, a man has to be inside the household for a woman to raise good kids. No, if a woman is completely leaning and getting her guidance from the Most High, she's doing exactly as she needs to. It's just not her time to find, you know, to find her find the one for her just yet, you know, because maybe the Most High is working on him. You know,
Right.
it wasn't until, I mean, I'll tell you this. I mean, before me and my wife, we got together, I mean, the Most High had us on complete opposite spectrums, and he was working on both of us. And it wasn't until we both were yearning for the heart of the Father is when things started lining up for us. You know, so this is me personally speaking. And when I came into the household, the way she was trying to do her best to raise the kids, you know, she was taking them to church. You know, she was filling their head with oh, you know, this is who God is, and all of that. So she was trying her best, you know. And when I got here, of course, there was a bit of disorder, you know. But once me and her, we got together and we truly gave it all to God, I mean, things started lining up for us. There was times where, I mean, money wasn't in, right? And as soon as we needed it, bam, there came something. You know, we were able to pay rent like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I mean, those are a couple of examples. But I mean, to go back to the original point, I think women who lean on God or who lean on the Most High, I think definitely they would be able to raise some amazing kids. You know, so I definitely don't want to just exclude single mothers, because that's another thing that the system has done. You know, we call out women for being single mothers, like if they're not able to raise good men and women. I mean, we all know statistics. So having a man in the household definitely helps, right? But if that woman is trying her best to lean on the Most High, man, I mean, I think she's doing all she's supposed to be doing at that particular point. And who am I to argue and say, oh, she's not doing what she's supposed to, especially when she's yearning after the Father's heart.
Right.
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 What if that man ain't on track? He's in the home, which might make it a little bit difference. But if he's off, it's still going to throw off the kids. You know, have some animosity, whatever the case may be. So, you know, it's really about that order. If you fall in that order, you know.
Right. Right. I definitely believe and agree with y'all on that one. I definitely feel that that when a man walks in righteousness and uprightly with the Most High, everything is all right. Everything, he may go through hard times, he may go through, you know, but he won't destroy him. The Most High always told us that, you know, he ain't forsake us.
Right.
He may whip us, but he ain't gonna totally destroy us. So, you know, we definitely have to understand that, yeah, we as brothers, we play a role in, you know, some things that go on in our household, and so do the sisters. But we have to be better as men too. Definitely, all praises. So, next question: Do y'all feel like aliens are real? I'm just go. We just go. Hey, I'm gonna take it there. Do y'all feel like aliens are real? Do y'all feel like no? So that was a blanketed. My bad. That was a blanketed question.
We know aliens are real.
Huh?
We know alien. Well, it depends on. Yeah, like you said, it's a blanket statement. Go ahead.
Like, let me cut it down so we can get to the meat of the situation, right? So, let me turn my camera so y'all can see my face when I say this stuff. So, when I say aliens, I mean different dimensions, different planes, different like space, different planets, different universes, the whole Shabbat. What do y'all feel about that? What is y'all opinion and aspect on it? Hmm?
Man, that's I don't know.
We got crickets.
I seen certain things, videos and things. I'm very interested in that. But the truth is, I don't know because I mean I heard just recently, I seen a video of a guy from NASA, and he said that he seen the aliens came. Some aliens came. They government said they were 7 foot, like 7 foot tall black men, and so on that type of end, I heard about that. But then I think about angels because you have fallen angels and you have the most highest angels. And I know the most highest angels have visited us in human form. And the reason why I say that is because I experienced it, not me. Well, I guess it was personal to me, but but you can consider that an alien, you know, even though it was familiar in the sense that it looked like me, you and me, except for it was dressed way cleaner, all white suit, s- spotless. Dude was clean, but you know that's a really hard question, man, because I don't know what to believe. All I know is Most High is coming back, new heaven, new earth, chariots. There's gonna be angels coming, a whole bunch of that, but I don't know exactly what it looks like because John's description of it he was just trying to explain it the best way that he could see it. What he saw in Revelations and whatnot. You know, and even the prophets that prophesied when they prophesied some things that they seen, Most High allowed them to see. They did it and explained it the best they could. So for us, you know, it looks different. It's something, you know what I'm saying? We don't know exactly what that might be, but you know. So I mean, I think it's possible. I wouldn't discount it. I wouldn't throw it out the window or nothing like that. But I just don't know if they're humanoids or they're angels, Malachim. So or fallen.
What you think, JP? JP? He don't left. Well, oh no, I know he didn't. He right here. There you go. All right. What you think? So what you think? What are you saying, bro?
Yep. Can you
Can
hear me?
hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
So I think when we get into this whole conversation about aliens and shit like that, I think honestly for us to be naive to say that there's not aliens, that's us kind of putting the Most High in a box, right? Because I mean, man, he created everything. You think he ain't gonna create, E.T.? I mean, he wanted to make some funny shit to laugh at too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they're for us to sit here and deny like there's not other planes or there's not, man, we're a speck in the universe, bro. What we think is so huge. I mean, man, the Most High had to have created, multiple dimensions and stuff like that, man. I mean, they're just for us to say, nah, there's only this dimension. Nah, there's no aliens. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just think for us to say, nah, there's not, and he didn't create it, or it doesn't exist. I think that's us limiting the Most High, because I mean, there's a lot of video evidence out there that the that the system doesn't want to get out. You know, Joe Schmo, who goes by John Smith now, I mean, he saw something way back in the day, and you know, there's been a lot of people who come up missing when there's certain things that get shown on YouTube, or there's certain things that get shown up on the internet. I mean, it's too much of a coincidence to say, nah, man, that didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? There was a brother who caught video evidence of giants. You know what I'm saying? There was a giant walking on the side of a mountain, and he recorded it. And after that, you know, he was recording videos like, hey, they're coming after me. I got told I need to take these things down, and dude came up missing. You know, it's just certain things that the system doesn't want to get out. And I definitely think somebody has seen something out there. Somebody has the answer, you know. So yeah, I definitely think there's aliens. I mean, what they look like, I don't know. I mean, are they fallen angels? You know what I'm saying? Are they the bad guys? I mean, I don't know. I don't know that kind of information, but I do definitely know that there is somebody out there other than just us. We can't be the only species out there, bro.
Right. So let's check this out, man. Because this is crazy. I seen this the other day, and this is something about what they was talking about. They look African American. So let's check it out.
Mavavi Video Editor is an easy tool for beginner creators like you.
For this article, if it is an article, but I can't find it. But this is something that is presently making the rounds on TikTok, and I believe on X as well, is getting reposted on there, and on Instagram. I did see a post of this on Instagram. Word on the street is a NASA scientist. I don't know if it's this particular person, whoever this person is in this picture, so I'm not, jumping to that conclusion. I'm just telling you guys what the word on the street is, right? They are saying that a NASA scientist saw 7-foot tall aliens, and that these aliens, they are tall, they are black, and they look like African Americans. And apparently these aliens are set to, hit Earth come November. Now, as you can imagine, people have been having a field. Read this, when I first saw it, I could not help but laugh, because can we be serious? What do you mean? What do you mean they are black, tall, and look like African Americans? I'm so sorry, guys. I probably should not be laughing, but I can't help it. This is funny to me. This they cannot be serious.
It's funny to her, but because they look like African Americans. Ain't that some shit?
No.
I'm just joking. She's not like no.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she sound African, but
that don't necessarily mean she could be. She could be a Canaanite or
right.
Anyway.
But she do a little bit of more like little rhetoric and shit. You go fast forward past all that. But here we go.
And during my research, I came by this video of this man that is said to be an ex-NASA employee by the name Norman Begroon. And I think it was what he said in this video that brought about this, take now or news that we are seeing, that black 7 feet tall African American looking aliens are set to come to Earth come November. Because in this video, which is actually an interview, it seems, by the way, he basically said, similar thing, but the only difference is he did not specify that they look African American. He said they are black. So check out the clip, and I'll meet you guys after.
Picture, there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
They're tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
well, what?
Say 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
And this is all I have of this particular clip. Unfortunately, it's
so I'm gonna just give y'all my take on it, right? I truly do believe that there's aliens on this, that it's multi-dimensions, it's multi-dimensions, it's multi-universes. It's definitely aliens, and they definitely are on Earth with us right now. I believe that. See, this is the thing, man. We have to understand. Hollywood don't tell us about stuff unless it's already going on. Unless they already about to do it. They've been talking about the Man in Black. They done had movies of Man in Black. What else? Independence Day. The aliens, all type of aliens movies and stuff like that. All type of, and then it's just crazy that all of a sudden, from let's say, from the beginning of the pandemic, 2019, late 2018, 2019 to now, a lot of shows, a lot of movies have been talking about multiverse. What is the Marvel in right now? Multiverse. They have been telling us this stuff for years. They have been putting it in shows for years. For us to believe that Earth and the Milky Way is the only universe the Most High created is preposterous. Just like JP said, you got to be naive as hell. Because I say that to say this is because when you sleep and you dream in first person, you're having you're multiverse walking. You're traveling across the multiverse because you're having a first person dream. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brews and a lot of people don't believe in this. They say, "Oh man, is it?" But it's true. It's a reason why they say if you meet people in your dreams, when you see people, you don't never see their face all the way unless you done met them. So, or you done seen this person. So if I'm in my dream and I don't see this person's face, and I'm having a first person, you know what I'm saying, type of aspect dream, I'm in another universe. I'm dreaming. I'm seeing my eyes. I'm seeing my life, or I'm seeing my doppelganger, or whatever you want to call it. I'm seeing their life in their eyes because I'm asleep. I'm just getting glimpses of what's going on. That's why you only get glimpses of dreams. Most people don't remember all their dreams, the ones that don't dream lucidly. But I definitely believe that is, aliens and all kind of crazy stuff, mythical creatures, magic. I believe that stuff exists. Because this is the thing. If it didn't exist, then why would the Most High tell your ass to stay away from witches, warlocks, hags, all these old mythical people that can observe times, tell you your future? Why would he tell you to stay away from that stuff if it wasn't real? You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't real, the Most High he don't say nothing to waste his breath. He don't be talking just to be talking like we do. He don't do that. So that let me know that, it had to be, these other things on this earth and in this universe too. Because the universe, they say that, when you peer back into the universe, you're going back in future. And then if you're looking forward, you're going in time. Because light only travels at a certain speed of time. I know y'all know about light speed and all that stuff like that. But yeah, what they found when these people came across these aliens, and I mean, they really ain't aliens. They just they just from outside the ice wall for real. But you know, that's a whole nother conversation.
Now that's, and you just said another part of what I was thinking, that, you know, we're in the middle of this ice wall. I mean, you know, we're in the middle. Then you got the ice wall. Then you got land outside of that where they say certain people stay. And then you got an ice wall around that. And then you got land outside of that where they say certain people stay. So to me, it's like, I believe anything's possible. But when it comes to the word, and all I know is that there's certain promises that he gave us. And I kind of try and tie that in there. You know what I'm saying? I try to, okay, if there are brothers and some ships coming, you know, then that's where, you know, when they're coming back to do something Most High might put together. I'd be happy to see them. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Or something.
Playing it black.
It's something's about to go down, so I'm gonna rejoice.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't discount it. It's too much. Most High does a lot. You know,
if that's the case, I'm gonna stop paying my fucking bills.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, I did that for a while, and there was a lot of outside pressure on me. But when it was all said and done, I was good. And it's then you start losing that fear. You know, that fear of you know, not paying this or whatever, somebody taking this from you or something. Would you? Yeah. So yeah, that. But I ain't gonna stop paying my bills. So I gotta pay my bills.
Yeah, unfortunately, man.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, man. We definitely in that we are definitely in that universe. That's seeing all this new stuff come through. You know, what I believe is that it's like Earth is right here. Like Earth is right here, right? Then the ice walls like at the bottom, and then it's like another, and then another. So it looks like a snowman. And when we go further down, the ether in the earth and the ether in these atmospheres and in these land masses and stuff gets a lot thinner, to where it lets more magic in, more lore, more mythical type of stuff going on. So up here, it's dense with ether. So we only get a little bit, and yeah, every once in a while we get a portal open up in the Atlanta Mall type thing. You know what I'm saying? But as you travel further down, go through the ice wall, because you know they say it's 7 gates. You know, you go through the ice wall, you get less and less ether, and you start to see more and more crazier stuff. That's just what I believe. I don't push my beliefs on nobody, and I'm not gonna, try to make nobody believe anything. If you don't believe it, you don't believe it. I don't care. Believe what you want to believe.
I'll tell you this, bro. When I was on mushrooms, bro, I see some shit come out the corner, bro. Like I've seen, and a lot of people say, like, when you start doing, hallucinogens, I mean, you start seeing things that you ain't supposed to be seeing. And I think it's a reason we ain't supposed to be seeing those things, because when I had those interactions, I kind of came out having a different outlook.
Yeah, well, that's a dimensional type deal.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Our eyes only see in a certain, you know what I'm saying, like UV heat sensing. Our eyes can't see these different, you know what I'm saying, modes. So we only see so much. But have you ever like been with somebody like they about to pass or they dying and they taking their last couple of breaths and they see past you. They don't look at you. They seeing past you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they see something. At that moment, that's when their eyes are opened to what's going on in this real world. Because, you know, the spirit world and the real world is they together. So you seeing when somebody passes and they looking past you like, this, no, they not looking at a light. It's something else that they looking at. You know what I'm saying? They seeing everything now.
They seeing
everything. Yeah.
We can't see.
But what do you think, bro?
But what I was gonna say is, you know, this right here, that pineal gland, if you work on removing all the blockage, you'll see in that realm, but it's not like with your eyes though. You won't see in that realm with your eyes, but you'll see in that realm. It's hard to explain. You see what I'm saying? You'll function sometimes in that realm, you know, but that's a whole different thing because once we really are unleashed as far as in the supernatural, there's gonna be you're gonna see people doing some things that the superheroes do, you know, but that's the problem is that we're blocked. We got so much blockage, you know, that you got to peel away at it actually to get that connection going, that connection to where you're harnessing the power that, you know, was instilled in us, you know, and a lot of, you know, I mean, and I told you about that. Remember the story I told you about when I was 5 years old and I yelled at the rain? That's we could do this stuff. Some people just don't do that. I've seen the dude, and it's no way you can manipulate. I seen a brother make the wind change. And there's from what I've seen, you can't doctor this. You can't just, you know, and then if you go out there and you try something that happens, you know, where we going? I'm getting way off it.
Nah, bro, we saying it's a conversation, man.
Let me tell you this though. When I first came to the Most High, you know, and I'm talking about back in the day, and I was when I called on the Most High, when he definitely showed me that that he's in my life, that he's changing my life. I called on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob because I didn't know who to truly call on. So I went on and called on the source, the creator of everything. I went to the source. But anyway, so one night I was sitting there just kind of, I don't think I was asleep, but I was daydreaming. And I was daydreaming about, first it was like I was dreaming about this world, but then I went to another world. And I was seeing things that I had to stop and pull back because it was like, whoa, it was too much. It was too much for me to handle. You know what I'm saying? But that was where I went, was where we're not just the only ones. There's other, you know, because he already created angels, seraphims, cherubims, all of that. You see what I'm saying? It's already there, you know, but if we see them, you know, we're going to trip out like John did a little bit, like, you know, fall down and be like, you know, what the heezy, all this. I see eyes within eyes and the wheel turning, you know, with a head of a bull and a bear and a, you know, tripping out. And so, yeah, but that was early on. I try not to go there too much as far as, dreaming or daydreaming, because if it was meant for me, then I'll be there. I mean, I'll be able to really understand it.
Right. But yeah, man, I mean, we have a lot of things that we need to consider, that lives on this earth with us and in this galaxy and in these multi-universes. We definitely got some things to consider, man. So, but yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing my Birdman hands, y'all. The Birdman hands. Because this was a beautiful build and we did what we had to do. All praise to the Most High. And once again, man, round table meeting with the bros. We had a couple of, thick conversations, and I think that we have a better understanding for one another now, and one another's beliefs and love and brotherhood ain't gonna never end between us, or the brothers that want to be clicked up in brotherhood with other brothers. All praise. And that's what the round table meeting is about. It's just, brothers coming together and just having a conversation and talking it out. Instead of arguing, instead of beefing, instead of deflecting it, or whatever y'all want to do to try to get past the conversation. We came together, we coming together, and we're doing what we gotta do for the Most High. We doing what we gotta do for each other. And just letting your bro get it off his chest. Let your bro tell you how you feel. Let you tell your bro how you feel, and then we come to common ground. It ain't that hard, y'all. It ain't that hard. So I want to thank my brothers again, man. And we go keep on doing this, man. Y'all go get these every week, man. It's round table with the brothers. We go have these every week. And I hope y'all tuning in, checking them out, checking the shorts, like, share, comment, and just love it. You know what I'm saying? Because, we building. And that's what the Spit the Truth podcast is about. We got the audio on 12. I was messing it up, y'all. We have the audio podcast on Wednesdays, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm not in Eastern Standard Time, y'all. I was fucking that up. My bad. I'm in Central Standard Time. And then, so it's Central Standard Time. And then, we have the Shabbat. We had the Shabbat talk with Morey Akika. He teaches, and we're on we're doing the covenant, Exodus 20:20 right now. So come through, man, on that Sabbath, man. Check that out, man. Come tune in onto the Spit Your Truth podcast on Wednesdays, man, with your boy Abia. I got all type of good guests, bad guests, and the ugly ones too. With all praise, man. We about to get up on out of here, man. We love y'all, man. And at the end of the day, man.
Hey, can I say something? It's real music, man.
Huh?
On Israel, it's realmusic.com. My site.
Yep.
I'm gonna upload. I'm taking down some songs. I'm gonna upload some songs with choruses on them, and they're gonna be fire, man. So make sure you check it out when I do it, because I'm guaranteed you're gonna want to grab one or grab two of them or something. Let me know, or you don't even have to pay for it. You just let me know if you like it, and I got, we'll go from there. All right.
Hey,
there's a whole bunch of them with both of them.
Oh,
that I'm gonna upload. I ain't did it yet. It's coming.
I'm gonna put the link in the bio. Y'all. So y'all go ahead and check that out. Man, the brother got beats. I mean, he got tracks, man. Get at him, man. He got what y'all need. And if he don't got what you need, he'll go get it.
Yeah.
So all praise to the Most High. The brother Dayawi, the brother James, and your boy Abia building once again, man. Let me turn. Hey, we gotta hear this. Because this is the cipher that we all on. And yeah, they flamed it for us, man. They flamed it, but we about to listen to it just a little bit before we get on out of here. All praise to the Most High, y'all. We love y'all. Peace.
Cause you keep judging me from my point of view. Are you a foe or a friend? Cause I ain't trying to fit in. Have you checked the balance? Cause it's a tightrope that you're walking on with the goat, not the lamb. Well, Christ is king. I said that in front of anyone. I'm just trying to break you out of enslaved me like Harriet Tubman. Well, they looking for something now. You better book it and gun now.
This is the Spit Your Truth podcast.
Well, Christ is king. I said that in front of anyone. I'm just trying to break you out of enslaved me like Harriet Tubman.
They say they swinging all they swords, but food they can't afford. They don't listen to the Lord, but He is the main source. Tearing up the torn like tornadoes in the storm. Trying to make it easy, this ain't the final form. And niggas think it's sweeter than syrup from out the corn. I'm waiting for their death cause it's greater than when they born. So shut it like a drawer, we don't wanna hear them more. But I'ma cry aloud with my soul and my vocal cords. Yeah, I'ma tell the crowd